Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. Welcome back to part 8 of making small miniature bonsai pots. I'm working on a Vietnam style pot. I started roughing it in yesterday, and today I'm going to do all the refinement and try and complete the pot. I put them underneath a damp cloth, so here is the pot, and I have 2 pots that I'll be making also. So there it is, roughed in. So I need to work on all the refinement and the details today. So here I go. When I finished yesterday, I was working on truing up all the surfaces, getting ready to add the details. So I'm just double checking everything now, making sure everything's square and smooth. There's no point adding details if it's not close to the final shape. I need to work on my inside. It's pretty rough looking, so I'll get that smoothed out. I'm going to start by skimming the tops again, just to make sure everything's flat on top, both my walls and the corners. And I'll have to probably do this again before the pot is finalized. So I need to lower my scribe a little more. I'm not taking quite enough off the top. Okay, so that's got the corners all kind of parallel. Now I'm going to get my walls to the right height too. Okay, so my heights are back to all being parallel. Now I need to clean that up. Get rid of all my flashing. My first detail work will be on the feet. So I'm going to just skim the bottoms of them, again making sure that they're nice and flat on the bottom. Take that down a bit more. There we go. They were a little high anyway, but I just want to make sure they're flat too. Okay, this one, that one just takes a light skim. I think my feet are cleaned up fairly well. I lost my kind of step on this foot here. I took it down, so I'll need to reestablish that. So I'll cut that in now. Okay, feet are looking better from the bottom now, so I'll flip it back over and start the detail work on the feet. I think they're pretty close to being, the shape of them is pretty accurate. Not perfect, but it's pretty accurate. And there'll be more refinement coming to those in the future. So my feet, if you look at the feet on this one, I've got this spiral. So I'll try and do that. And for that, I will need a small tool. I'm going to sketch it out with my little pin. So here I go. So I'll keep this one as a reference here. So I need a line across the bottom.
Take a section out of here. And then a little thicker up top here. So something like that. Just get my brush. So that shape is roughed in. So I'll do the same for the other side. Okay, so that's roughed in. Now the middle one, not only do I want it stepped, but I'll also want it recessed in those steps. So I'm going to come in here and remove some material like that. Like that, so it's a little fancier, and that'll get refined in the future. So I'll need to make all these details all the way around and just rough them in, and then yeah, then it'll be just constant refinement from then on. So yeah, I'll work away at doing all those details now. Here is a look at my work so far. So I'm getting the sides looking good. I put an inset on the lip here. You can see the double edge there, just to make it a little more decorative. So yeah, I'll keep going. I will put a pattern on the columns on the end. I'll show you what I mean. Outside here I have the 3D printed Vietnam style pot, and you can see the columns have the fancy inset pattern there. Hope you can see that there. Yeah, this one has a lot more detail. You know, it's got the inset on the sidewalls, fancy ridges here, hollowed out tops. That might be a possibility. Yeah, this one's quite fancy. I don't think I can make it this fancy, that small a pot, but I'll try and add as many details as I can. My pot is getting more detailed all the time. I'm starting to add the little finishing touches, and I'm always constantly squaring things up and fixing things and looking at symmetry. So I've still got a long way to go, but it's starting to take shape. I'm starting to add all the little finishing details. So you can see I'm adding the relief on the side of the pot there. Yeah, so all the meticulous work. I'm using the magnifying glass here so I can see everything a little more clearly. I am continuing to work away at the pot, so I've recessed the top in. You can see that on the top there. I'm working on the grooves in the side and just general, you know, detailing and fixing, and yeah, a lot of meticulous work. But it's coming along nice. It's looking better and better the more I work away at it. I've been working away at the pot, and I think I'm going to have to go into day 3 with this pot. There's a lot of detailing to go, and the light is going now. The light I have above here, the problem with that is it doesn't really create good shadows, and the natural light's better to sculpt all the details. So I'm going to leave it for today and come back tomorrow to finish the pot. I don't want to rush it in this poor light. So that's what I'll do. I'll have to go into day 3. Winter has returned outside. If we go through here, you can see all the trees have snow on them. It's been snowing today. Yeah, it's back to winter again. It's not that cold out. It's just around freezing, but we had spring-like weather and it's kind of disappeared now. The other pots I made are air drying quite nicely. Turning a nice gray color. So when it's fired, it'll be a sort of a dark tan color.
This Vietnam pot is all about getting the fine details looking really good. So I will continue working away at it tomorrow. So that's all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.